Welcome back to the Airborne Podcast. I'm your host, Ajit. Big Boy Bravs with us. We got Thanos with us once again. Unfortunately, because this was a video that's recorded the day after the actual game, we weren't able to rage as much as we want to. The Raptors, they were down early 19 to the Atlanta Hawks, but they fought their way back and had the lead as large as 15, but then choked it away at the end of the fourth and lost to the Atlanta Hawks 121-120. I'm going to throw it to you, Bravs. How do you feel about Tony Snell forever being a Raptors killer?
Yo, I was about to say that. I was about to mention that, and you just took the words out of my mouth. Yo, he's a Raptor killer, yo. Like there's a list, at least like solid 5 people that I can name that are solid Raptor killers. George Hill, Jimmy Butler. Like this guy's another guy on that list that I can add as a Raptor killer. And this guy was quiet the whole game, and boom, drops a killer dagger and destroys us. All in all, we were missing a lot of our core that could have helped us stop the bleeding. But you know what? We saw the emergence of Stanley Johnson. We saw Norman Powell step up. But we were talking off the camera that these guys choked at the end, right? They were on the right page and then just choked and couldn't hold on. But, you know, it is what it is. It's a learning curve, and then hopefully we can do better going forward.
But once a Raptor killer, always a Raptor killer. The problem with that last play, my brother was saying this off camera yesterday. He'd rather have them went for the 2 instead of trying to stop Trae Young in the paint and him being able to kick it out to one person and them kicking it out to Tony Snell eventually. But at the beginning of the game, they did say Tony Snell in the starting lineup in 7 games was shooting 58% from 3.
Jeez.
And hearing that and then seeing him hit that last shot, he already knew it was going in because I felt like he already had it up.
Yeah. As old as we are, we're used to these kind of Raptors, right? We're used to the Raptors where like they do so well and they choke. It's the bandwagon Raptors who are not used to it or who are not aware of it, right? The past 6 years, we've done well in the past 6 years that if we're down or if we have a lead, we can hold on to it. But this current year is reminding me of the olden days, right? I've been there, I've done that, and I've witnessed this. So my heart can handle it because I'm used to it. But yeah, it's shitty.
But you told me, you promised me to start the second half of the season that they would turn it around.
I know, man.
And they hit us with the dagger. I do want to get back to one of your points about, you know, Stanley Johnson stepping up with 2 big threes. Bembry gave him a nice dish, and then Norman Powell gave him a nice dish.
Those are some 2 huge threes by Stanley Johnson. I didn't know he would actually make those shots, but I'm so happy he made it.
I was telling my brother this off camera as well. When Boucher had that little nice finger roll and one from a Lowry pass.
Yeah, that was sick.
And they were hyping up to the crowd and stuff, and I'm like, bro, chill. There's so much time left. I'm like, don't hype yet. And then
I feel like they can hear people booing. You know what I mean? It's a little difference. I think they were trying to hype them up.
They're trying to hype themselves up because there was no crowd.
I felt like going into this game, I thought Atlanta would probably win the game because we were undermanned. We didn't have no Freddie, Pascal, or OG. We didn't have our main starters, so I thought we would have a disadvantage. But then they played pretty well today. But just that last 3 by Snell pretty much messed it up.
The one thing that we forgot about was the fact that Norman Powell missed 2 free throws at the end there.
Those are 2 crucial free throws. He should have at least made one of those. There's no way.
The fact that he missed both of those free throws, they came back to haunt us at the end, right? Because we were only up 2 instead of 4. And Tony Snell's 3 obviously won the game for them. And you just seen them celebrating. It pissed me off even more seeing them all literally round up in front of the Raptors bench and start celebrating.
Yeah, punks. Don't worry, we'll kill them.
They messed up at the end though.
But you saw the way they were like standing. They were so gassed, and they're like, oh,
100%. We're short-handed. Yeah.
Boucher definitely put up big numbers. I think he had 27 yesterday.
29.
Was it 29?
29. Yeah.
29 points. Holy shit! And he literally before the All-Star break against Boston at 30. So he's on a roll right now. I do want to get to the stats still before I toss it back to you, Bravs.
Mm-hmm.
The Raptors, for the most part yesterday, aside from the first quarter, they allowed 37 points and scored 26, which isn't bad. But it was just the fact that they let the bench come in for Atlanta and go on like an offensive barrage. You saw Rondo hitting threes. You saw Gallinari hitting threes. You saw Solomon Hill hitting threes. That man came out with a fresh haircut. And he's another Raptor killer, right?
Yeah.
We remember him from the Indiana series in that game 5 where he almost won the game for them at the buzzer, but he shot the shot too late. They have a few Raptor killers there, and I honestly thought we had enough to pull it out yesterday at the end, but we just couldn't make a crucial bucket in those final seconds to seal the deal. For the most part, though, I think the Raptors, exactly the first and the fourth quarter, they allowed 37 in the first and fourth, and then they only scored 26. At the end of the third quarter, they were up 10.
Oh yeah, like around 10.
Yeah, at the end of the third quarter, they were up 94-84, and at the half, they were trailing 64-59. Yeah, because they outscored Atlanta Hawks 35-20 in the third quarter.
Yeah.
And they were up 5, and then they outscored them by 15, so they had a 10-point lead at the end of the third.
Trae Young, like I feel like Trae Young could do a lot more, right? Don't you agree? Like, don't you think Trae Young can there's a lot more to his game? Like I say I saw it, I'm like, sorry, yeah. Yesterday I saw Trae Young, I'm like, yo, this isn't a Trae Young that I know. You know what I mean? Like, I just
because he's more so like the guy that gets like double doubles, like 15, 16 assists. But tonight he only got 37 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. But
only 37 points.
Yeah, I meant more so like the passes, right? Like
the offensive game is there.
Yeah,
he did start that run for them with that 3 to cut the lead to 10. It was a pretty deep 3, and we had a pretty good defensive possession for the most part. But sometimes you can't account for those deep 3s that they just make. Trae Young, Steph Curry, Dame Lillard, they're those type of shot takers, those type of shot makers. And when you give them a little space, they'll make you pay. And that's what happened yesterday. And that sparked a solid run for them. They had an offensive lineup in that little stretch where we couldn't score, and it paid off. They ended up stealing the game. Even though they were up 20 almost in the first quarter, I mean, they came back to win it, and that's what matters, right? No matter if it's a 1-point lead or a 25-point lead, a win's a win.
We shot better tonight, right, compared to them?
Yeah, tonight we shot 44% from the field, 42-96 from the field overall, and they were 39-90 from the field for 43%. So, I mean, for the most part, most of the stats when I'm looking through it has been pretty even.
Yeah.
If you go 3-point shooting, we made 17 threes today out of 37 attempts for 46% from the arc, from beyond the arc. And Atlanta shot 36% from beyond the arc, and they're 15 of 42.
I'm gonna go back to your point about the Rondo and the Solomon Hill. Like, all these guys stepped up and were hitting threes like lights out. Like, I turn on the TV and all I see is Rondo with the ball and boom, 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 like 2 threes in a row.
Yeah, that 3 surprised me. I didn't think he had that much range.
Yeah, I'm like, holy crap! Like, what's going on? Rondo.
He's been shooting threes pretty decently, 31%, I think, for the season. He's a big-time shot maker, bro. He's been in like 3 finals, and he won a ring with LeBron last season. So, like, he's not scared to take those shots and make them, right? He's obviously gotten better over the years. He's become like Jason Kidd, who developed that 3-point shot to a certain decent extent. And now, like, people have to respect it. Sometimes he's obviously a streaky shooter. Sometimes he'll make it, sometimes he won't. But yesterday, in the first quarter, he made a pretty big one to give him a pretty big lead. I know we're talking about our side not having our key players, but they didn't have Cam Reddish, and they didn't have DeAndre Hunter either.
It's not an excuse, but I'm just I mean, they played well with the bodies they didn't have tonight. I mean, last night.
Cam Reddish is a good piece to that offense, yo. DeAndre Hunter is a good defender. Those 2 pieces or elements are actually, you're right, they're like our OG and then our elements that we're missing, right? So
our OG and our Stanley Johnson. But
I don't want to do my boy DeAndre Hunter like that. I want to big up him.
I think he was the 4th pick in the 2018 draft, I think.
Yeah. Was Kobe White? No, that's Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish, Kobe White were in the same year. I think DeAndre Hunter was 2019.
Was it 2019?
I think so.
With the rebounding, we were -3, 53-50, Atlanta's favor. Offensive rebounding, we were +1, 13-12. Oh, talking about rebounding, Aaron Baines yesterday.
Yo. We gotta give a hands up. We have to. Yo.
Aaron Baines, if he hadn't missed that free throw in the first half, he would have had a double-double.
Maybe
he shot 4-15 though. Like, that's not a good thing, but I mean, he did pretty well all in all. Like, his rebounding, his blocks. He played with more aggression tonight.
In 29 minutes, he had 11 points, 15 rebounds, and I believe he had 2 blocks.
Yeah.
And for the most part, I mean, he did his part. He did his part. He rebounded.
I'll take it.
Yeah. If you can get that from Aaron Baines on a regular basis, I'm good. 11 and 15. The only thing is he has to be efficient. Lowry, congratulations for passing Chris Paul for second on the all-time.
Yeah. Second, yeah, that was good shit.
And also shout out to Chris Bosh for being one of the finalists in the 2021 Hall of Fame.
He better go in as a Raptor though. He better not go in as a Miami Heat guy. He better go in as a Raptor.
He's going in as a Miami Heat player for sure. He
Yeah.
won 2 tips with them.
Wait, who?
Chris Bosh.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't fair.
Assist-wise, though, we were +3, 23-20. Steals were even 8 apiece. Blocks, I think Capella had a block party yesterday, to be honest.
Yo, Capella had some nasty blocks.
Yeah. I remember one he had on Boucher.
Yeah,
He had
remember?
5 blocks.
He had
He had
5
5
blocks.
blocks.
Yeah, so he had a little under half of the blocks that they had as a team. They had 13. We only had 4. And Aaron Baines had half of those. So we were -9 on blocks.
Jeez.
Turnovers, we were both even, 14 apiece. Points in the paint, we were +6, 48-42. Second chance points, we were +1, 17-16. Fast break points, we were +5, 15-10. And points off turnovers, we were even, 16 apiece. And like I said, the biggest lead was 19 for Atlanta, 15 for Toronto. And total personal fouls for each team was 26 for Atlanta, 25 for us. And I want to get to the individual stats in a minute, but let's just get right into the fact of who we're throwing under the bus for this segment. Because I feel like Norman Powell, even though he dropped about,
Yeah.
as much as he dropped, and I'm not going to say I can't blame him for everything, but in the crucial moment, he did not come through. And I feel like he disappeared in that fourth quarter. So I'm not going to criticize him for the whole game, obviously, because he was the reason why we were able to come back. One of the reasons. But I'm going to throw him under the bus for this one.
Yeah, same. I agree with you. Just because he should make those free throws. Those 2 free throws that he missed near the end was like it wasn't the reason why we lost, but it could have prevented the opportunity. It could have prevented our loss, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, it was a shorthanded team. He had an opportunity to put us up by 6, and he missed both free throws. When he's been a solid free throw shooter for the most part this season.
Yeah.
I would actually put DeAndre Bembry on the back seat because he was also another person who missed the shot at the end. Norman Powell should have just took that shot. I don't know why he passed it to Bembry. And Bembry faded away, and obviously Capella was in the paint, so he couldn't get a clear shot. Norman Powell obviously got scared with Capella with 5 blocks. With Capella having 5 blocks, Norman Powell didn't want to go in the paint, so he passed it over to Bembry. But it is what it is. The Raptors took a serious L. But on a positive note, the gold star, I would say, on a losing cause, has to go to Chris Boucher and Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
I think those two. And you know what? Let's make it a trifecta. Let's put Stanley Johnson in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say Stanley Johnson.
There's 4 guys that we could say that literally, we could put. Aaron Baines did his part yesterday, so I was happy with him.
Runner up, Aaron Baines.
Okay, so if we're gonna give it to somebody, I would say, you guys tell me who you want to give it to.
Stanley Johnson.
Stanley Johnson.
Yeah, I'd either give it to Boucher or Stanley Johnson.
Yeah. I'm okay with that. I'm actually okay with any of them. We can give it to all 4 of them, to be honest.
It was a team thing.
It was a team effort. I feel like Norman Powell could be under the bus and a gold star at the same time.
Yeah. Right.
But
the first gold star and the bus.
Yeah. But overall, I think any of those guys, everyone had moments in that game. Larry, we always tell the other opposing team, do not poke the bear, because when you poke him, he wakes up and he controlled the pace of the game. And that's how we were able to get back in the game. Like those nice little over-the-top passes to Chris Boucher that led to easy buckets.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good play.
He had a couple of those, and then he had a couple big threes. And he was cold in the first quarter, and I think maybe even in the first half. But in the second half, he got it going, and that's why we were able to get that lead going into the fourth quarter. Lowry, for the game, he had 17 points, 12 assists, and 6 rebounds to go along with that. But goddamn, he had 9 turnovers.
That's the worst.
Really?
That's a fantasy nightmare.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
Yeah. Stanley Johnson in 26 minutes had 11 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 4-7 from the field, 3 out of 5 from the 3-point arc. He had a nice steal, too, that led to an easy bucket. You guys remember that?
Yeah, that dunk.
Yeah, that dunk.
Mm.
And I think that was in the fourth too, right?
Yeah, that was in the fourth. That was on that run we went on.
Yeah. Stanley Johnson had like 8 points in the fourth quarter, I believe.
Yeah.
Two threes and that steal and a dunk. And all of those were to literally either help us push that run, or it was when we needed a bucket, and he made it when the game got real tight. Norman Powell in 38 minutes, I think he played the most minutes yesterday, along with Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
Norman Powell in 38 minutes had 33 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. He was 6 of 10 from 3, 11 of 20 from the field, 5 of 7 from the free throw line, and we know what those 2 free throws were or when they came.
Hurt me. No, but just one thing I want to say was the reason why I threw Norman Powell under the bus is because the clutchness, right? To be given 37, how many minutes was it? And 38 minutes. He was given the opportunity to showcase not his wealth, but showcase like what he can bring to the table, right? Because your main dogs are out, right? You got OG out, you got Freddie out, you got Pascal out. So your time to shine. How clutch can you be? So I think we were up +4 or +3 down to the wire, and then this guy could have made it a 3 possession game if I'm not mistaken, right?
I think he could have made it 2 possession, I think.
Because I think it was
the free throws.
Yeah, he could have made it a 6-point game, I think.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I thought it was 7. My bad. Okay, yeah, 6. So but you know what I mean? Like he could have pushed it further, but instead he missed those 2 free throws that kind of like put us in a situation where we ended up. That's why he had to ride the bus, just because those crucial plays and like where you stand kind of come into play.
And we can't just put the blame all on Norman Powell. Larry had chances to win that game too.
Yeah.
And he missed some shots. The only thing was his shot that missed went off John Collins, and we got an extra possession off of it.
Yeah.
But we couldn't capitalize. I did want to get into one person that showed up. He didn't really play his best game, but Paul Watson got some pretty heavy minutes.
Yeah, he did.
He did. He got how many points did he have?
He had 3 points, 5 rebounds, and he had 20 minutes with an assist.
But he had more rebounds though. Like during the game, I felt like he got a lot more.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Huh? No. What I was saying was like this kind of goes back to my point of like you can't just like throw people in and like expect them to do well, right? Like Paul Watson is good, he is good. He could be more productive, like what Ajit said. But Paul Watson is good, so I think if they continue to give him more minutes, get it rolling, he should be fine, or he should be more productive.
Well, once some starters and stuff come back and everything falls back into place, I don't think he's going to get that many minutes. He didn't capitalize in the 20 minutes that he got today. And what my brother was saying earlier was that he thought when he was watching the game, it felt like Paul Watson had more rebounds than what actually shows up in the stat sheet.
Yeah.
And he only made 1 3-pointer, and it was a set play. It was at the end of the quarter.
Yeah.
And that's what it was. But before we wrap up this segment, I do want to clarify. I think we should have one guy under the bus and one guy as a gold star to highlight the night, because we didn't really specify it when we were talking about it. So under the bus, we're going Norman Powell's highlighting it. We're putting DeAndre Bembry at the back. And for the gold star, well, since we give it to the main guys all the time, and they obviously are fatigued for the most part, even though they are coming off an all-star break, let's switch it up and let's give it to 2 guys that really do deserve it, that usually will be under the bus. But, Aaron Baines, since we had this under the bus segment, has not made it. And he's worked himself back to the gold star. So we're going to split the gold star between him and Stanley Johnson for really stepping up in a moment and in a game where we had not all of our players in there. I mean, most of our key guys weren't there, and they made crucial plays when we needed it the most. I want to rage thinking about the game still, because that buzzer beater is really pissing me off. It gave me those Jeremy Lamb vibes from the year Kawhi was in Toronto. And we came back in that game, and then Jeremy Lamb hits a half-court shot after Pascal deflects the ball. And, it is what it is. Raptor killers will always be Raptor killers, and that's how I want to end this segment. But those Raptor killers, because when we get our full lineup back and we're gelling together, we're going to get redemption for all these games that we're losing right now.
No, for sure.
100%.
And any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
I just can't wait till our starters come back. Freddie, OG, and Siakam.
They should be back next game or the game after that. Actually, before we do wrap it up, I do want to talk about the stats of some of the Atlanta Hawks players, the key guys. Clint Capella had 9 points, 19 rebounds with a steal and 5 blocks. Trae Young, like you said, in 36 minutes, had 37 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists.
Only 37.
only 37, and a block with 6 turnovers. And he had that key tip in as well.
Oh yeah, that was supposed to be a goal
yeah,
tip.
yeah.
It's supposed to be
No, not
goal,
goal tip, offense. Like
offensive interference. Yeah.
yeah.
And yeah, so Capella in 27 minutes, 9 points, 19 rebounds, 5 blocks, and a steal. John Collins was working it in the post.
In the paint, yeah.
Yeah. And in 28 minutes, he had 13 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks, and a steal. Gallinari off the bench. In 29 minutes, he had 20 points, 5 rebounds, and assists, 2 steals. And every time they needed a clutch three, it felt like he was hitting it. Kevin Huerter, too, was pretty good in 31 minutes. He had 19 points, 4 rebounds, an assist, a steal, and 2 blocks. And Tony Snell, even though in 26 minutes he had 6 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, half those points came in the biggest moment of the game. And Solomon Hill, 22 minutes, he had 9 points, 2 rebounds, and assist. And Rondo really wasn't much of a factor other than the first quarter. In 11 minutes, he had 6 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists, and a steal. And those are their main guys. As a whole, they did what they had to do. They came in. They are fighting for a playoff push right now with the Raptors, with the Charlotte Hornets, with the Chicago Bulls. So these next 3 games, including the one we just lost now, are crucial games to put us in a playoff seeding. Right now, we were 8th. I think we dropped now, right? I believe we dropped.
Yo, we'll fight back. Don't worry. We'll come back.
Yeah, I believe so. I hope so. Yeah, we're 9th. Hawks just took us over. With those 2 losses to the Hawks, we just basically lost the 8th spot. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this podcast. Hopefully, we get some redemption. My soul needs some cleansing, bro.
Me too,
bro. I need a good winning streak to happen. But all Raptor fans, just hold it together.
Here with us.
Our remaining starters are coming back. You'll see Seti Freddy. You'll see Spicy P. You'll see OG Ananobi. They're all going to come back real soon, and we'll get our shit together. Till then, make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Appreciate all the love and support. And comment down anything you guys want, because we're going to be dropping videos every single day.
Positive only.
Positive vibes. I mean, you can bring the negative comments if you want to. I mean, we're about that life. So, but yeah, till then, stay blessed, stay woke, and please stay safe. Peace.